Do Finns sign like a Stephen Gilmore or bring in? Okay. All right. Let's address all of this. First of all, I've mentioned this already. The Dolphins don't give a shit about this season. Why do you? Where's the urgency? I'm sorry. You guys out there, oh, let's go sign Stephen Gilmore. Let's go get Asante Samuel. Let's go trade for this. Let's go trade for that. I'm seeing on Twitter on Twitter feed. Well, no, we should go they don't care, dude. Where has there been urgency at all? I don't know how many times I've talked about this, right? They're doing stuff. They are signing Matthew Judon, who is 33 years old, or 32, going to be 33. And he had 5.5 sacks. This is a guy on the decline. So let's talk about this. This is like another example. All right. In the draft, they traded a pick for next year. In the Jonnu Smith trade, they got a pick for the future. And they saved $6 million. The only urgency they had was to sign Zach Sealer to a long-term deal, which was the obvious thing. This season, I keep telling you, obviously, who's the dude? Mr. Spock, right? He doesn't listen every day. You can tell the people that don't listen every day and they don't understand. And I've kind of, it's like there's an example over and 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 over again. They're not signing frontline players to anything. They're not trying to make big trades or anything like that. If they're doing anything, they'll move money around, whatever. Like the next move is trading Chubb, as I told you, and Tyreek at the trading deadline. So in comes Matthew Judon. Okay. All right. So Matthew Judon, he's been a terrific player in his history. Okay. Wait a minute. Free agent Xavier Howard is signing with the Colts. This is great. Oh, thank God it wasn't the Dolphins, because boy, this what I would have told you there, what I'm telling you, whoa, this really adds to it right here. You're gonna get a washed up corner. Anyway, so you're signing Matthew Judon, and now all of a sudden, okay, remember we've been talking about this for a while now, that there was no way they were trading Tyreek during the offseason or whatever, because if they do, then they have the cap stuff. But by the deadline, it could happen. All right. By the deadline, it's a possibility that that you could end up, trading Tyreek. Well, Chubb is the other guy that we've talked about. So are you signing Matthew Judon because Jalen Phillips' injury is more serious than what you're leading on? Are you signing Matthew Judon because you don't trust, as much as you may like what you've seen from Grayson Murphy, from McClendon, from Good, whatever, okay? Any of the guys, the young guys, do they not trust those guys and they'd rather keep at least a veteran that knows what the hell he's doing? Are you planning ahead because you are going to trade Chubb so you can have a veteran pass rusher in there in the mix? I mean, there's so many things that goes through my mind about why you would make this move at this point in time with Matthew Judon. Because it's not like you really desperately need him, or will you? Or do you? I don't know. And I unless something happens that we find out that somebody's injured, and again, they don't have to tell us yet, and they know already, then what the hell's going on? But something's going on, because if you sign Matthew Judon, you're either planning for a move down the line. So when you do trade Chubb by the deadline, then you have a guy to help you out in the rotation. 2, Jalen Phillips' injury is more serious than what we thought, and he's going on the PUP or whatever. So Judon will help you in that rotation, because you don't want to put, a ton of wear and tear on Chubb, who's coming back from an injury. And so it would be chop and Chubb, and no Phillips. So at least you bring in Judon, and you don't put young guys in a position where they have to know what the hell they're doing, and maybe they're not ready for it. I'm thinking that might be the case more. I'm thinking more that that's like the most logical one, that Jalen Phillips, for whatever reason, is not going to be ready first month, first couple weeks, whatever. And, you're going to use Judon in that, like what they did with the, dude, what's the name of the other guy that they got from, he was also a Raven, and he was like an older linebacker, and they brought him back a couple of times. Oh, Jesus. And he could pass rush, but he was more of a, he could pass rush and help out on the run, but he was a freaking liability in coverage. The older linebacker. What's his name, dude? I know all of you know who I'm talking about. But this is what the Judon move reminds me of. And so what I'm guessing, there's some kind of injury there, and they're Melvin Gordon. Nice job, Skyler. Nice job, Mark Weinstock. Thank you, sir. You were first, actually, Mark. Thank you, Skyler. Thank you. Melvin Ingram. Yes, Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram is the guy. He was here, and they would sign him towards the end, or kind of be a fill-in guy, or because of his experience, they would bring him, and they brought him in a couple of times, Ingram. And I'm kind of thinking that there's an injury that they're worried about, that somebody is not going to be able to be available for the regular season. So this is what they're doing. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.